What it is, what it do? JQilin here with another episode of Doki Doki Blue Sky's Yuri route. Now it's not so much about Yuri, but this is like the aftermath of the festival. So we're going to deal with all the fallout that this disaster of an event is going to cause. So if you guys are excited for that, well, be sure to hit the like button and stay tuned because I'm sure some drama is gonna happen. Coming around the bend. To say there's tension in the air would be a massive understatement. There's silence in the room, made worse by the sense of awkwardness. No one knows what to say. No one expected the festival to end this way, and the impact is hitting us all. So, that could have gone better. My attempt at humor falls flat, and I immediately regret speaking. Natsuki gives me a dirty look, but Sayori smiles wanly. Meanwhile, it looks like Monika's face has finally fallen.
I don't understand. Where did we go so wrong, guys? We spent so long preparing for this, and after all our efforts.
For the first time, that outgoing confidence Monika has always seemed to radiate has snuffed out. I should say has been snuffed out. She clearly cared a lot about this event, and I feel awful for her. I know. I don't get it either. I thought you guys all did such a good job as well. The decorations, the recitals. I'm sorry, Monika.
Don't worry about it, Kilin. It's not like it's your fault anyway.
She smiles weakly at me, glancing around and notices that Yuri and Natsuki seem particularly upset, with Yuri looking absolutely dejected and Natsuki steaming mad.
This is your fault, Monika. I told you this was a stupid idea. None of us even were that comfortable with doing this in the first place. Now look where it's landed us. Excuse me. My fault. You all agreed to do this. Pardon me for thinking it was actually going to go well. What's so wrong about that? We only agreed to do it because we felt like you're forcing us.
I was really hoping this wouldn't happen. Given everyone's low moods, an argument is the last thing we need.
I didn't force anyone, Natsuki. You know how much this club means to me. I was just excited to share what we have with the rest of the school. Yeah, because that was such a good idea, wasn't it? I'm really starting to get sick of your constant sarcasm, you know. Why can't you just try and be positive for once in your life? Gee, funny you should say that, because I'm really starting to get sick of your self-righteous know-it-all attitude. We told you this was a bad idea, but no. You just had to insist on this, even though no one was happy with it. It was for a reason. Look how much Kilin enjoys in here. Is it really so unreasonable to think that we could have found someone else just like him? Or is it just too positive for you to even fathom?
This is awful. The other students were bad enough, but now Monika and Natsuki are going for each other's throats.
Look at how badly everyone was humiliated. How considered all those...
She struggles for a moment, her anger inhibiting her ability to speak.
Those assholes were. To all of us. They didn't even give a damn about anything we had to say. What did that one prick say? He was only here for the food? All that hard work, just for what? Nothing.
She angrily kicks one of the desks. The loud noise jolts Yuri, who is looking up with tears in her eyes.
Please, Natsuki, can you calm down? Don't tell me you're taking her side, Yuri. You had to experience the worst of it. I don't get why you're not mad either. Natsuki, there's no point in being angry at Monika. She didn't want this to happen. She had no idea that those people would react this way. It's bad enough that the students were rude, and I really don't like fighting inside the club itself. Yeah, but if Monika just listened to us when we said we weren't comfortable with the whole idea, this wouldn't have happened.
Monika sighs. It's the kind of conflict she generally leaves for Sayori to deal with. But in this case, Sayori looks too distraught to intervene.
Look, what you're not understanding is that sometimes you have to take risks. Sure, this didn't go so well, but there was always a chance it wouldn't have ended like this, and we could have had new members.
She turns to me.
I mean, you of all people could understand that what's... I mean, you of all people could understand that the best, right, Kellen? Right, Kellen? You made the choice to come here, and look how much you enjoyed it. Oh, don't you try to suck up to him, Monica. Face it, you never listen to us, your club members, or take our opinions into account. Tell me I'm not alone in thinking that, Kellen.
Oh great, now I have to choose a side? I'm sorry, Natsuki, but you're completely in the wrong here. Like, actually. I really don't want to do this. I desperately look at Yuri or Sayori, but both look too upset to want to get involved. So I guess it's going to be... No, I'm sorry, Monika's in the right here, Natsuki. You're just being a complete asshole. Something tells me that this is going to be very unpopular with Natsuki. I brace myself for what's going to come next. Natsuki, come on. You know better than I do that Monika loves this club. It's only natural she wants to share it with the rest of the school.
Ah, seriously? You're actually taking her side? I can't believe this.
No, it's not like that. I'm not taking her side. It's just
what? What exactly you're trying to do, Kellen? Don't try and backpedal. Natsuki, that's not what he's trying to say. He just... Oh, of course you're jumping into his aid. Shut up, Monika.
Monika looks furious. For a moment, I think Natsuki has finally gone too far. She closes her eyes and takes a deep breath, evidently trying to contain her anger. Jeez, Natsuki, don't you think you're a little out of order? You didn't have to shout at her.
Wait, what would you know? You haven't even been here for 5 days. Why is everyone making me out to be the bad guy here?
Because you're the one acting like a colossal asshole?
Remember when Monika said she wanted to make sure that people weren't going to be rude during our performances? Wow, congratulations, she did a fantastic job with that.
Oh really? Because Monika could just totally control people, right? Outside the fact of saying, hey, could you guys be more respectful? What was Monika supposed to do? Knock him over the head? Like, honestly, Natsuki, you're being kind of an asshole here. And I feel like that... I mean, Natsuki could be impetuous and kind of, like, bullheaded, but to be, like, this, like, savage, it's just uncalled for. I don't feel like she would be this mean to people she deems her friends.
I mean, it's not like any one wolf was like Yuri or anything, was it? Some enforcer you were.
Her bitter, sarcastic tirade continues on, each point worsening the atmosphere.
I'm the only one who could see this for what it is. It's just Monika trying to use the club to boost her popularity.
I mean, if Monika wanted to do that, she would have started her own club. Monika would have just been part of the one of the other major clubs of the school. After all, she's supposed to be a class star and all that, right? And a bunch of people know her and stuff like that, right? So why would she use a club that nobody knows about, that nobody's in, to boost her popularity? It doesn't really make much sense.
And it sickens me. You think we're all just, what, some sort of pawns for you? Explain why you don't even consider how reluctant we all were to do this. Or why you let everyone just walk all over us. Natsuki, now you're just being ridiculous now. Why don't you want to hurt all of us? It's not exactly been easy on me either.
Natsuki lets out a snort of derision.
You? What would you, of all people, know about life being hard?
Monika blinks, looking like she's been slapped.
It's easy for you, Monika, with your role as the queen of the school, everyone liking you, all that crap. You have such a perfect life and all, not having to defend your interests, never having anyone ridicule you for things you like. I share classes with these assholes, you know. And you can bet they're all gonna have a lot of fun telling everyone about how much of a loser we all are. And guess what? It's all because of you.
And you practically hear the venom dripping from her words at this point. It's absolutely horrible.
Face it. So I would have been a better president than you could ever be.
And with that, a sickening silence falls into the room once more. Yo, Natsuki's just a colossal asshole, bro. No, fuck, bro. Natsuki's just a colossal asshole. But this time, it's a million times worse. The fire in Natsuki's eyes is blazing, and quiet sobs can be heard from Yuri. Sayori's miserably hugging herself, looking completely lost for words. Monika's wearing a stony expression on her face, looking both enraged and heartbroken. The whole club waits for her reply to the bombshell Natsuki just dropped on her. But without a word, Monika turns on her heel and walks out of the door, the impact of Natsuki's words hanging on the air behind her. No one knows what to say. For a few moments, the heavy silence remains. We all exchange looks. Yuri is meekly wiping her eyes on her sleeve, and Sayori is standing around awkwardly. Natsuki, on the other hand, is refusing to meet anyone's gaze, and I wonder why. She looks like she's regretting her words a little bit. I hope she does.
Guys? Please, can we make sure this never happens again? It was awful!
It was horrible to experience, to say the least. Without Monika to restore order and keep things going, the club suddenly feels very aimless and disorganized.
Natsuki, I know you're angry, but can you please find Monika and apologize? But, please? I know you're feeling a bit guilty about what you said. After all, you were a bit mean.
Natsuki grumbles something under her breath. Nah, it's okay. I'll go and find Monika. No offense, Natsuki, but I don't think she'd particularly want to see you right now. I wince at the word as the words leave my mouth. There's probably a more diplomatic way of saying it. No, you said it the right way. Natsuki glares at me. Fine. As I turn to leave, I suddenly motion to Yuri and Sayori to try and talk to Natsuki. Sayori nods and Yuri nervously swallows. Now, where would Monika go? She would probably want somewhere quiet where she could be by herself, right? She rolls out the classrooms, the courtyard, and the cafeteria. That only leaves the only two places coming to mind are the girls' toilets or the rooftop. Well, I'm hoping it isn't the girls' toilets. And I make my way over to the staircase that leads to the top, thinking about how this conversation is going to go. Will she even want to talk to me? She didn't even say anything as she left. Was she that upset? I don't know. Natsuki pretty much told her said everything is her fault. She's a sucky person, and she doesn't deserve to be president. I would be pretty upset too. Although, given what Natsuki said, I wouldn't really blame Monika. Exactly. Guess there's only one way to find out. There's a door at the top of the stairs, which opens out to the rooftop. Bracing myself, I place my hand on the cold steel door handle and push the door open. Man, the view here really is something. I shiver as the wind cuts through my blazer. You know, I don't know how many schools just let you go to the rooftop like that. No school I went to has ever allowed students to go up to the rooftop like this. Though it looks really nice up here, I'll be honest with you. I'd love to be able to do that if I could. It's a cold and desolate place. A fitting setting for what just happened. I look around, and there she is. Leaning slightly over the barriers at the edge of the rooftop, face turned away from me. Not a peep sounds from her, not even when the wind slams the door behind me closed. Monika? No answer. I slowly approach her, making as little noise as possible in some illogical attempt not to scare her away. Where is she gonna go? There's only one exit and you're standing in front of it. You, looked pretty upset, so I thought I'd come find you. I trail off, mentally berating myself for how weak that must have sounded. She stays completely still as I sidle up to her side, leaning on the railing so that I could see her face. I don't know what I expected, but her expression is oddly calm. Monika?
Beautiful view, isn't it?
Yeah, you can say that. Is that the reason you came up here?
It's part of it. On days like this, the wind and the eternally stretching blue sky make me feel like I can go anywhere. It feels freeing. There's something comforting about the possibility of getting swallowed up by that blue. Being able to simultaneously take control and lose control.
Monika, well, I know that you're obviously not okay, but I'm not asking you if you're not okay to know if you're okay. I'm going to ask if you're okay so that you can choose to talk to me about whatever if you want to. Give you an opportunity to open up. So, are you okay? A thin smile appears on her face. Progress?
That's sweet of you, Kellen. To be honest, I didn't expect you to have any tact at all.
Me neither. I guess we're surprised as both, Monica.
Did you expect that I'd be crying up here? Contemplating suicide or something? Don't worry, I wouldn't do that just because of the festival.
Well, I wouldn't blame you if you wanted to cry it out.
You know, I actually thought that I would cry at first. But maybe I won't cry it out. I guess I've come to terms with all the things that Natsuki just said already.
She says such weighty words so casually. What Natsuki said isn't true, Monica. I think that you're a fantastic president. I hastily try to give less empty words after she arches an eyebrow at me. And I'm not just saying that to cheer you up either. Remember what I said to you before the festival? During your little pep talk? She faintly nods. Well, I'm going to reiterate it anyway, because it's important you're aware of how much I mean it. Thank you. For everything. You took me in when I really needed it. Remember how I said earlier I've been feeling lonely? She nods again. Well, that's how things have been for me recently. I haven't seen much of my parents lately. Most of my days I'd spend alone. All that changed when I joined your club. You were all so friendly and welcoming. Not once did you even turn me away because I wasn't a poet. I mean, between you and me, I know my poems weren't the greatest.
You have a lot of potential, Kellen. I did like your poems.
Well, I'm glad you think so. But anyway, that's besides the point. You accepted me for who I was, and was always willing to help me. And more importantly, you created something that 3 other girls hold dear to their hearts. Definitely the sign of a good president, if you ask me. Monica looks down for a moment as if composing herself, then meets my eyes with a smile.
Thank you, Kellen. It really means a lot. Like I said earlier, hearing all of this from a newcomer really does make me believe I've hit my goals that I set for myself. All I wanted was to create a little haven that people could call home, no matter their writing ability.
Well, take it from someone who just joined only a few days ago then. You've definitely succeeded. Also, had you not made this club, I never would have gone to meet Yuri and Natsuki, or been able to hang out with Sayori again. I mean, you literally live right next door to her. If you've seen her, you probably could have hung out with Sayori anyway. But Yuri and Natsuki, yeah, you probably wouldn't have met them. Nor would I have gotten to get to know you better either, and that would have been a real shame, huh? I playfully nudge her, receiving a nudge back. This is nice. This past week has been probably the happiest I've been in a long time. And that is all thanks to you. We share a smile, one that I'm now sure is completely genuine on Monica's part.
I don't really know what to say.
It's okay, seriously. I just wanted you to know how I felt. Anyway, Natsuki was a bit out of order with her words, but honestly I don't think she meant it. I guess tensions were just running really high. You know better than I do how fiery she could be.
Yeah, I know she was just really upset, but hearing those words, it hit pretty deep, you know? I tried telling myself not to take her words to heart because I knew she was just upset. But it was that line about Sayori being a better president. I don't know why it got under my skin so much.
Because of the base game, when you get deleted, Sayori becomes president. It was just spite, Monica. People say awful things that they don't mean when they're upset. Sayori and Yuri are talking to her now, and I get the feeling she wants to apologize. She just doesn't know how to.
Wow, that's definitely something Natsuki needs to work on. By the way, thank you for making the effort to find me. It really means a lot.
I'm suddenly struck by the situation I'm in. Here I am, alone, with one of the most attractive, popular girls of the year, having a heart-to-heart. Probably a situation most of the other guys in the school would kill to be in. My face heats up a little as I process the heartfelt, rather vulnerable scene we're both in. You're welcome, Monica. Nothing to thank me for. I sheepishly scratched the back of my neck. We should go and find the others, though. Don't want them to worry or anything. We stand up and make our way back to the door.
I hope so. It wasn't exactly nice to be told you have a perfect life and that you never experience any difficulties.
As we make our way back to the club, I just hope Sayori and Yuri were able to talk some sense into Natsuki. It's funny because Natsuki doesn't even know anything about Monica. She just knows what she thinks she knows about Monica and just running with that. Which is, I don't know, kind of presumptuous on Natsuki's part, but it was, my feelings were hurt and the tensions were high. But it doesn't excuse Natsuki's appalling behavior. The last thing we need is another argument. She's silent as we wordlessly make our way back to the classroom. We finally arrive. I squeeze her shoulder as she takes a deep breath and walks in.
Ah, they're back.
Yuri and Sayori hurry over to us, looking worriedly at Monica. Meanwhile, Natsuki remains standing off to the side by herself, arms folded.
Hey guys, I'm alright, really. Taking some time outside helped clear my head, and I'm feeling a lot better now. Not to mention, Killing was a real help, too. I'm relieved. It was a frightening prospect to consider losing our club president. Yeah, and now that everyone's calmed down, we can talk things out. Natsuki, Natsuki, why don't you come join us? Ugh, fine.
She drags her feet as she makes her way over to us. I notice Monica fidgeting with the hem of her skirt, and smiles reassuringly at her.
Okay, so I'm here.
Natsuki's eyes dart to meet Monica's just for a second.
So,
There's an awkward silence as Natsuki's voice trails off. Sayori raised her eyebrow at her, causing the smaller girl to return with a glare.
I think Natsuki means to say is that she said all those things in the heat of the moment. A crime of passion, as it were. Hey, jeez, I can speak for myself, okay?
She says that, but...
Alright, I'm just gonna get this over with. What I wanted to say is that I didn't mean it when I said you were a bad president. I mean, I guess it's pretty clear that you care a lot about the club.
Sayori nods vigorously at her, egging her on.
It's just that those jerks piss me off so much that I blurted out random things and used defense. Well, I won't lie. It does seem like you always get special treatment because you're so popular, Monica. But then again, I wouldn't know what you have to go through. You're on a totally different level from the rest of us. Natsuki. Anyway, that's all I guess. I've always seen you as a friend. And I hope that you'll still be able to see me as one too.
There's tension in the air once again as we anxiously wait for Monica's response. Of course she's gonna say yes, to be the bigger person. Natsuki shifts back and forth on her feet, looking like she almost wants to run away from the scene.
Thank you for saying that. I'm not gonna lie either. Your comment doubting my presidency hurt. It's definitely not true though. You're a great president, Monica.
Yeah, you brought us all together. Without you, we wouldn't have become friends, and I wouldn't have been introduced to the world of poetry.
I agree. It's an amazing feeling to be able to talk to like-minded individuals. Yeah, as far as presidents go, you could definitely do worse.
And so what if you nudged us into the festival? I guess it's only normal for the president of all people to want the club to grow.
Thanks, guys. I guess that after all that, I have no choice but to accept Natsuki's apology, huh?
I mean, it'd be really great if you could.
That's certainly an understatement.
We all turn to look at Yuri, surprised at the glimpse of a humorous side to her.
Did I just say something strange? Oh, Yuri, you're so funny.
I let out a breath that I've been subconsciously holding. It seems like everything's turned out well in the end, or at least as well as they can, given the circumstances.
Okay, everyone.
And with that catchphrase, everything seems to be alright in the world once again.
I totally forgot to mention this, but we still need to clean everything up. I'm sure that with all of us working together, though, it won't take that long to do.
I'm assuming everyone's just going to skip the festival and go home after this.
I'm pretty tired after all that stuff that just happened.
As am I.
Same here. I wish I could leave too, but I have a shift at my class's cafe after this. It's alright though. Everyone get moving then so you can all go home.
Everyone starts cleaning up the room, myself included. Yuri and Natsuki start picking up the essential oil setup and cupcake trays, respectively. Meanwhile, Sayori, Monica, and I pick up everything left in the ground and desk. It's like we're erasing all the traces that the festival has ever happened in here. Although, I can't help but think that there's still a lingering tension in the air, despite Monica's cheery expression. I have a feeling that Monica might just be putting the club before herself in this case. But the only thing I could do now is hope that everyone will feel better tomorrow. It would be pretty nice to get home from school early for a change and be able to relax. Although now that I think about it, I really only have anime and video games to look forward to. And sometimes that's all you need. I guess that everything that's happened today. After everything that's happened, today is going to be plaguing my mind tonight. There needs to be after, it needs to be a comma, just all kinds of wrong in the sentence here. Oh well, but we got through the aftermath, boyos. So, let's see where we go. Also, I'm trying to think of a name for the subscribers of the channel. I'm thinking about either Killing Gang or Killing Coalition. Let me know what you prefer. I'm more partial to Killing Coalition, but let me know what name you prefer, or come up with your own names that you think would be good in the comments, and if I like them, then we'll make that official. Morning already? I groan as I fumble for the alarm clock. Yeah, I just feel like sinking into the depths of my bed. Big mood. Is it natural to feel this tired after waking up? Sometimes, yes. Depends on what part of your sleep cycle you wake up at. What's the time anyway? 10:30 a.m. Holy crap! I've already pretty much missed the first 2 classes. Should I even go to school today, or just cut my losses and skip? Fierce battle rages within my mind as I lay there. I was probably gonna go to school anyway, but dang, that was gonna be one heck of a tardy. You slept 2.5 hours into school, bro. But after a beat, I leap out of bed and begin throwing on my uniform. I don't even want to go to school. I strangely feel compelled to stick to my everyday routine. Guess mom really trained me well. Good old mom. No time to eat breakfast today. To be honest, I'm usually too lazy to cook anything anyway. It's 10:39 now. I'm making good time. Hang on. It's Saturday. As the realization hits me, all nervous tension drains out of my body, leaving me slouched over and exhausted. Big oof. Now that I'm already out of bed, I might as well do something productive today. Although I have to get changed into my normal clothes first. At least there's no school to get through today. Although unfortunately the literature club is still feeling the effects of the festival. Thankfully the awkward atmosphere is only subtle, but even I, a newbie, can see that everyone's been treading on eggshells. Well, why don't you hit up Yuri and ask her to do something? I really do hope that these things can eventually get back to normal, but at this rate, I could easily see everyone drifting apart. Monica hasn't spoken to me about things yet either. I meant to talk to her about the festival argument the day after, but I just couldn't handle the way I just couldn't figure out a way to confront her about it. It's probably just me being too reluctant to bring things up, but I never really found the right time to talk. I should get out of the house for once and stop thinking about these things. It'd be a nice change of pace from staying on my computer all day. Gotta get rid of this pasty pale complexion, haha. At least the weather isn't bad today. It's a regular sunny day. Not too hot, not too cold. It's just me, my bag, and come to think of it, I don't even know where I'm heading to. But if I want to be productive today, the library is probably my best bet. The closest one also happens to be near school, so I might even see some people I know there. Oh, is that where we're gonna run into Yuri? I hope I could get some work done, but knowing me, I'll most likely procrastinate anyway. Big mood. The refreshingly cold air sends shivers down my spine as I step inside. It seems to be a bit of a slow day for the librarians. Well, most people are probably out enjoying the sunny day instead of wasting away indoors. I shrugged to myself. Knowledge is power, right? Well, that's what Ty Lopez always likes to say. While everyone else spent their day frolicking outside, I studied the blade. To be honest though, I haven't studied for the exams yet at all. Every time I try, my mind wanders back to the festival. Coming here was the right choice. If I was trying to work at home, like usual, I'd just get in a bad mood and slack off again. Hell, I can't help but think about it now. I wonder how everyone else is doing. Maybe I'll try to ask about it again during the next club meeting. As I scan the empty tables for an optimal seating position, I spot a familiar white ribbon perched on top of a ponytail. Oh! I was expecting to see you here. I'd have expected that Monica would be out with her friends. Oh, I thought she'd say I have. Not have. I half expected that Monica would be out with her friends, but then again, she is an honor student. Oh, hey Monica. Oh, look how cute she looks. Her little trench coat, her green pants. It is a cute casual outfit for Monica. I could dig it, as the kids would say.
Hello, Kilin.
She smiles and is as polite as ever, but it doesn't seem like she's very talkative at the moment.
Didn't expect to see you at the library.
Well, I had to study, but I didn't think I'd be able to get anything done at home.
Oh, is that so?
I may not be the most observant guy around, but it seems like she wants to be alone. Way to go, me. Anyway, I'll see you later.
Bye.
Well, that couldn't have gone much worse. It was like talking to a brick wall. To be honest, I'm not sure if she actually was being frosty or if I'm just overthinking it. Although she might just be busy studying right now, in which case I probably shouldn't bother her anymore. Suddenly, I don't really feel like studying. But since I'm here, maybe I should do some reading. I pull out a portrait of Markov from my bag. I quickly flip to where I left off last night and begin reading. It's really quite a captivating book. If all the novels Yuri reads are like this, I can see why she'd be so absorbed in them all the time. Although maybe she's just rubbing off on me. I'm in the middle of a chapter when I feel a tap on my shoulder.
Oh, Kilin, is that you?
Looking up from my book, I see Yuri standing over the other side of the table, as if on cue. The thick, dark book is snugly resting on her arm.
Oh, I'm sorry if I startled you. I suppose I'm just a bit surprised to see you.
Give me some credit, Yuri. I can enjoy a good book too.
Oh, I didn't mean to insult you or anything. It's just...
I was trying to make things more comfortable with humor, but predictably it fell flat. I should remember that Yuri tends to take those sorts of comments more to heart than other people might. Relax. I was just kidding around.
I see.
Yuri's shoulders visibly relax.
Would you mind if I asked what you were reading?
Oh, sure. It's actually Portrait of Markov. Yuri's eyes light up at those words.
Ah, I'm very glad you're liking it. That is, I assume.
Don't worry, Yuri. It's a really good book. Yuri sighs a little in relief.
Then I stand with my first statement, Qilin. Anyway, speaking of books, if you're enjoying Portrait of Markov so much, I'd like to introduce you to the other books like that.
Yeah, that'd be great. I have full faith in your taste when it comes to books. A small smile plays across Yuri's face.
Actually, I just had a thought. I know a wonderful place nearby where we can go right now, if you'd like.
Huh, really? Is it another library or something?
I suppose it's related.
Well, lead the way. I wasn't doing much here anyway.
Thank you for coming along despite the short notice.
It's no bother at all, really. Besides, I get to spend time with the object of my affection. Again, I can't help but feel amazed at how Yuri's taking charge. It's really quite nice seeing her break out of her shell a little bit. She does have an air of mystery about her still, but I guess I'll start learning more about her as each day passes. Yeah, I'm glad the MC picked up on that, because that's what I acknowledged in the last episode, that Yuri has kind of a mystique and air of mystery about her. And there's a beautiful quality about that too, which is just the knife she likes to use. Which gives me great inspiration for this new video I'm planning to make. The two of us start heading away from the library. So where are we headed, Yuri?
I intended for it to be a surprise. Do you not like surprises? If so, you have my deepest apologies.
Nah, it'll be fine. I was just curious, that's all. This is some sort of adventure, huh?
Well, I suppose that's how your imagination wants to interpret it. I'd be inclined to agree.
Even though I'm currently with Yuri, this situation reminds me of the times I used to spend with Sayori, back when we were kids. Always running around the neighborhood, acting like we were on some grand adventure. Bro, I wish. Sayori. I haven't spoken to her since the festival fiasco. Maybe it would be a good idea to...
Qilin, is everything alright? You seem to have spaced out a bit.
Huh. It's nothing. I was just thinking about things.
I see. Well, we're almost there. Just a little bit further to go.
Continuing onwards, we pass through some trees until we come to a small clearing. Oh, wow. Oh, yo! Before us is an amazing, sparkling lake. Gentle waves dancing delicately across the surface, carried by the soft wind.
Isn't it wonderful?
It's lovely. I've always liked this pond.
Oh? You've been here before, then?
With Sayori. Years and years ago, that is.
I see. Well, Qilin, I don't know about you, but I find that this place is the perfect place to come when I need a bit of space to myself.
Oh? Do you come here often then?
Not as often as I did when I was younger.
For a split second, a pained expression crosses Yuri's face.
Some days were...
She shakes her head.
Anyway... perhaps I can give this to you?
Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a moderately sized book.
Here, I think you'll enjoy this one.
Yuri, you didn't have to go out of your way for me like this, with this.
It's okay. I've read this one so many times. It could do with a new owner. Besides, the best thing about a story is how it can be shared. No matter who reads it, you're never going to find two people with the exact same opinion. And, well...
Yuri nervously plays with her hair.
After you've been so kind to me, I want to do something nice for you too.
I see. Well, thank you very much. I'll definitely give this a read and let you know what I think. I turn over the book in my hands. The cover is hard and glossy, the page showing small signs of wear. I guess Yuri wasn't lying. She must have read this book at least 50 times. I wonder what makes this story so important. As I turn back towards her, I notice how intently she's staring at the lake's gentle surface. When was the first time you came here? She looks over at me quizzically. You said this place was special to you, right? I wanted to know why you feel that way.
Right.
She sighs and leans on the wooden guardrail. I quietly stand by her side.
Well, I suppose one day, when I was younger, things were particularly hard. Do you ever have those days, Qilin, when nothing seems like it could be good again?
That's pretty dark, isn't it? So something about this place makes you feel better?
Not quite. I just came here one day. I'm not absolutely certain how I found this place, but I remember running a lot. Before I knew it, I was out here, in the sea of chaos. Things felt serene. However briefly they might have. Everyone needs a place they can call their own, somewhere they can decompress, without worrying whether or not someone will intrude on them.
And here is that place for you? Yuri nods.
It's peaceful here, the sound of the water playfully lapping at the shoreline, the plush grass below, the nurturing trees above, providing a loving shelter to embrace me in the midst of the elements. It's the kind of thing I really miss.
Have you shown this place to anyone else besides me? Like your parents? Yuri pauses, staring in front of her at nothing in particular.
I might have. This is the kind of place my father would have enjoyed. He used to do watercolors in his spare time, you see.
Does he not do it anymore? He's dead now. Yuri doesn't respond. Maybe you could bring him down here sometime. It might give him that bit of inspiration he needs to get going again.
That's a good idea, Qilin. I'll have to do that.
Hopefully he enjoys it as much as I am right now. This place really is incredible. I guess he's not dead. Whoops! Yuri smiles softly.
I'm glad. Maybe sometime we can come by again.
Yeah. You could bring like a blanket and have a bit of a picnic.
That sounds nice.
I'll hold you to that. Yuri giggles.
I look forward to it.
I feel my face flush at the idea. A picnic with Yuri? A picnic with Yuri? There's something so playful about that. I chuckle to myself at the image in my head. Yeah, that would be nice. The two of us continue to pass the time looking over the lake. I'm surprised at how content I am to just sit here with Yuri. Normally I'd want to do something a bit more exciting, but right now I'm perfectly fine with this calmness. However, Yuri begins to shift uncomfortably. Yuri? Is everything okay? She jumps, apparently not expecting that.
Yes, there's just something I need to do that I just remembered.
She quickly gets up, nervously picking at the cuff of her sleeve. Yuri, no! She needs to do the thing with the knife. No!
I'm sorry to leave on such short notice. Please don't think ill of me.
Yuri. I stand up to meet her eye level. You really got to work on your self-confidence. You apologize a lot for things that aren't even your fault. It must be so difficult having to go through your head all the time. Yuri looks around her, unsure of how to respond.
You're really all too kind, Qilin.
I mean it. You're a wonderful person, Yuri. Yuri blushes slightly.
Well, Shall we head back now?
Only if you promise that you'll be a bit kinder to yourself, okay?
I'll try. Thank you for coming to see the lake with me today, Qilin.
Thanks for inviting me. I had a lot of fun today. I'll see you on Monday, okay?
Yes. See you then, Qilin. Let me know what you think about that book. It's very dear to me.
Of course. Take care. With a polite wave, Yuri walks away. I'm happy I got to spend some time with her, but I hope she's doing okay. Feels like there's something she's not telling me. I'm probably just overthinking things again. Maybe I should just crack open the book Yuri gave me. Wow, that was nice. I like that. I don't know, I'm thinking. Act 2, Alone Together. In this twisted plot I was destined for, I'm an astronaut on the ocean floor. Ah, this is really cute, I like that. Oh wow, I got a new text box as well. In any case, I think this is a good place to wrap up this episode, because I'm getting tired, and I don't think I'm doing a good job at reading the mod anymore, so I'm gonna stop here. If you guys enjoyed the episode, let me know, I would appreciate that. And be sure to stay tuned for future installments of Doki Doki Blue Skies and whatever else I have to upload to the channel. And be sure to check out any other content I have if you haven't already. I would really appreciate it. And I'm sure if you like this episode, you're going to like many of the other content I have on the channel, because I have a lot of good stuff. But in any case, it's been real. It's been fun. It's your boy JQilin. Ciao for now.